Welcome to Muirfield in Scotland, home of the Honourable Company of Edinburgh Golfers and host to the 1992 Open Championship. The first Muirfield Open was held exactly 100 years ago. Today it's on a grand scale, one of the great events of the sporting calendar, and the East Lothian links packed with spectators from very early on, eager to see some top-class golf. At 7:15 precisely, Paul Way starts the 121st Open Championship. It's cloudy but calm for the early starters. The first surprise of the tournament, Kevin Jones of Wales. After 15 years of unsuccessful attempts at qualifying, he finally makes his debut and shoots a very respectable 69, 2 under par. He was going to give it a miss this year. That was until his wife filled in the qualifying forms for him. Another lesser-known name to take good advantage of the benign morning conditions, Lee Janzen, also playing in his first Open. A debut winner in America earlier in the year, Janzen setting the early pace with a 66. While finally recapturing the form which won him the South African Grand Slam this year, Ernie Els. Els also shooting a 66 and going a long way towards guaranteeing his European card for next season. But the morning really belonging to the American Steve Pate. Pate carding a 7 under par 64 to equal the best starting round in Open history. No drop shots, a wonderful exhibition of golf. Another great exhibition coming from Nick Faldo, the Muirfield champion of 1987, and improving his showing at each major championship so far this season. Faldo getting off to a better start than his previous 2 Open victories, shooting a 66, but ever the perfectionist, disappointed that he could only par those final 5 holes. Finishing one better than Faldo, another of the Europeans, Ian Woosnam, who'd only once before broken 70 in the first round of an Open. Woosnam, who recently won the Monte Carlo Open for the 3rd year in a row, finishing 6 under, a bogey at 18, keeping him 1 off the pace set by Steve Pate. The Welshman's game almost back to its best. Feeling the pressure on the first tee, the defending champion Ian Baker Finch from Australia, tall, dark, hyphenated and struggling to a level par 71, but just relieved to get going. No such sense of relief for 2 former Muirfield champions. Jack Nicklaus, winner here in 66, but opening this year with a disappointing 75, 4 over par. And Tom Watson, the 1980 champion. Watson dropping 4 shots in his last 5 holes to finish 2 over. A more encouraging show from Lee Trevino. A Muirfield champion 20 years ago, Trevino wisecracking his way to a 69. A slightly younger generation, John Daly in typical form, 2 birdies, a bogey and 2 double bogeys in his final 5 holes, Daly 3 over. But if the morning belonged to Steve Pate, the afternoon, played in a much stronger breeze, was taken over by Raymond Floyd. 49 years young, Floyd conjuring up some marvellous escapes, this from a plugged lie. The Open is the one major Floyd has yet to win. Should he do so, he'd become only the 5th man ever to win the Grand Slam, and he certainly started in determined fashion. Floyd with this putt on 18 to equal the Open course record of 63. That one didn't drop, but eventually matching Pate's record-equaling first round 64 to complete the American domination at the top of the leaderboard. 8 birdies and just 1 bogey in that excellent round. A welcome change of fortune for a much younger American, Orrin Vincent III. In this year's Austrian Open, he took a 14 at 1 par 4 hole. At Muirfield, having had to qualify, he's 4 under for the championship. Yet another unfamiliar name to impress, apart from this rather disappointing finish. Darren Lee, one of only 5 amateurs in the field. Lee nevertheless carding a very tidy 68. A somewhat more spectacular 66 coming from John Cook. Fourth on the American money list, Cook enjoying his best season for some years. By far his best starting round in the Open for Scotland's Gordon Brand Jr. Brand matching Woosnam's 65 in the much tougher afternoon conditions. And Brand at least giving the home fans something to cheer about after the unexpected collapse of one of the pre-tournament favourites and local hero, Colin Montgomery. Montgomery, third in the US Open and second in the previous week's Scottish Open, slumped to a 76, 5 over par, and what he described as his worst round of the year. Another of the men coming into the tournament in good form, Greg Norman of Australia. Norman struggling to a level par 71, but at least pleased with this shot.
This time he did. This time we're going to do it perfect. I wasn't going to lie. I know he didn't tell me this.
The Masters champion Fred Couples also having to work hard to hold it all together, eventually finishing 1 under. But the man of the moment, Couples' mentor, and a man seeking a very special place in golfing history, Ray Floyd.
I'm giving myself a chance. I don't think you can win a golf tournament in the first round, certainly, or 1 round, but you can certainly lose it. And I haven't done that. I'm in good position like right here, but it's very early. There's 3 more rounds of golf left.
Well, this bunker shot from Floyd, one of the best moments of the day. But there were, of course, many others. So one of the most closely fought days of the Open Championship. The first round leaderboard looking like this: Peyton Floyd, a shot ahead of Woosnam and Brand Jr. Jansen, Faldo, Else and Cook still there challenging strongly. Slightly further down the leaderboard, Costantino Rocca, Andrew McGee, Craig Parry the Australian, Per Ulrich Johansson who had to qualify, Orrin Vincent III and Rocco Mediate. And a further shot adrift, a couple of the Americans, Jeff Maggott and Larry Mize. The leading amateur to date, Darren Lee, Tom Pertzer, another of the local heroes, Sandy Lyle, and Steve Elkington of Australia. So a record-equalling first day at the 121st Open at Muirfield. The second will probably be just as dramatic, but will the weather be so kind?